Alright, we have just about caught up with where we left off last time, but I did discover something that I hadn't paid attention to before. So there's this war map on Minthara's desk, and if we read it, it says that there's a caravan, goblins, northwest of the camp, tall house gnolls, far north, and then forest supplies. Hovers over an arrow pointing to the forest just to the camp's east, beneath in small letters, between the laurel. It's not giving me any quest, so I'm wondering. I am wondering. Anyway, we are going to go to the blighted village. Supplies between the laurel. Would be somewhere around here, right? I'm pretty sure we will find it. So, we have just about caught up. This is where we died.
Let's see what this does.
And I have considered going a different path, but that would be boring, right? I should try it at least one more time. Maybe get my ass kicked once more. This time around, we are not going to take care of the goblins up here. And we are also not going to go into the fun house over here, because I want to keep those for fighting and getting some experience off of them later on. We are currently sitting at about 1/3 to the next level. Oh, we did find something new that I had not found yet before, though. I did find this in the Goblin runes in one of the Safar. Oh my god, I cannot pronounce that word. You know where they bury pharaohs in the I do not know how to pronounce that name. I will not even try. Why am I trying? Okay, I'm gonna stop trying. I hope you've had fun listening to me stumble over my words for a moment. But anyway, I did find this. Grants resistance to poison damage. So any resistances that I can find, that's great. We still have our pesky piercing vulnerability. We did pick up a few interesting things though. So we did pick up an elixir of bark skin, which gives us an armor class of 16. We also did pick up elixir of giant strength, and as you can see, we do not have an elixir of bloodlust. This time, sadly, I did not find one. Very sad about that. Very sad. Anyway, before we pick up anything in here, we are just going to go down, because if we die, there's no point in picking any of this up. But yeah, I like to stick to my choices, even if they were bad choices. I like to get myself out of a bad situation, rather than just give up. So, we are going to switch to this. I also noticed that this does not give disadvantage to creatures, undead creatures, just by wearing it. It only gives disadvantage when we apply Edge of Horror or Edge of Terror. Each strike fills the target with a chilling dread. Right, okay, so we are going to have to use our one scroll of protection from good and evil. We only have one, so I hope my concentration is not going to fail me. Alright, nothing underneath there. I was curious for a moment if there was something underneath there. Alright, so this time around, no mucking around. We are going to use everything that we have at our disposal. So what we have is we have our bludgeoning weapon, we have rage, we should have a thing or two to throw, alchemist's fire. We also do have holy water. Holy water might actually be a good thing for us to use here because 3 to 18 radiant damage, and let's see, does this show me? Yes, this shows me a radius. It does have a pretty decent radius, so that could be something that's going to actually help us in this fight.
This calls for careful footwork.
Alright, but yeah, this time no fooling around. We are going to go closer this time around. I'm hoping that if I stand close enough, he cannot actually leave without earning him an attack of opportunity from me. But we are going to have to see if that works out in my favor. So we're standing right on top of it now. Alright, here goes nothing. Wish me luck. Alright, so he does not trigger attack of opportunity because we are surprised. And there they all go. Okay. So this guy goes before... No, he goes after me. Okay, wow. So we got a bit more lucky this time around, and they're all grouped together really nicely. If we do check them out, they don't have any vulnerability to radiant damage, sadly. They have poison immunity and bludgeoning vulnerability, right? So, with this weapon, we don't have a way of striking multiple enemies. We could, however, throw the bottle. There's a chance we could get 2 of them if we attack with our main hand attack, because that's 6 to 16 and it's doubled. With rage, we're gonna deal even more damage if we activate that right away. And throwing our holy water, actually, you know what? I should pull that out here as well. Okay, so and with our holy water, that's an action, 3 to 18. So that is not going to kill any of them, sadly. We could get these 3 with it. That should soften them up. Or we could just rage and attack 2 of them. And then stand in front of the others so that when they move, there's gonna be an attack of opportunity. Okay, and I completely forgot about my scroll of protection from good and evil. Oh boy, okay, I completely forgot about that one. I do not want to waste an action on that though. Yeah, so I do not want to waste an action on that. We forgot, and that's that. Alright, so slashing resistance, bludgeoning resistance, and as I thought, our piercing resistance is just neutral now, so that should help a lot, because we do have damage reduction from this, and we have passive healing, and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay. It may have actually also been good to put on the other gloves, but now it's too late for that as well. I keep thinking of things when it's too late. Okay, learn the lesson for next time. This time around we're just going to...
May the gods take you first.
Alright, he's sadly still alive. But I think instead of dealing with him, we're going to try to get the other guy. But then if I don't get him either... How much was that? That was a 7. It's a pretty low roll. You know what, let's get this guy for sure. Okay, so we've gotten this guy for sure. Now we could go right in there.
These boots have seen everything.
And we're gonna do that. We're going to be bold here. We have our rage on, so we should take a lot less damage this time around. And there we go, that's one down. That was our attack of opportunity. And they're kind of busy with awakening the other guys anyway, so... And I'm out of range for him, okay, that's great. And the critical block. Oh, but I didn't get to actually attack back. It might be because I do not have my crossbow equipped right now. But anyway, this looks a lot more manageable, right? So we have this one guy in front of us, so we're definitely going to attack him. Okay, that counts as a spell. And we missed, of course. And he's still alive. That kinda sucks. So we're gonna try and shove him. Ah, too bad I didn't actually kill him. So he's gonna have disadvantage against us at least. The other guys are all pretty healthy. There's one more in here that they're probably going to get. Let me check. So this guy is a ranged guy. I'm not sure about this guy. Let me examine. Oh, these helmets are pretty cool. Fast movement. Alright. So I'm not sure what weapons some of these guys are going to use. If all of them have ranged weapons or not. But we're just going to assume all of them have ranged weapons. I could go in this spot again. That should bring me out of range quite a bit. This over here, I'm pretty sure all of them can still attack me. We're gonna go. This time around we have rage active, so we should take a lot less damage. And there goes the arrows of Ilmata. These are bad news for us. But thankfully all of them are using dashes rather than taking any actual actions. Anyway, this is bad news because it means I cannot heal. So that's actually pretty bad. But we can slice our way through now. Sadly, we don't have a bonus action we can use, so we're gonna have to use our main actions here. Unless... No, see, I don't have any bonus actions, but I could use... So we're just going to try to take care of them. Alright, so 2 of them down. That leaves 3. I should be able to deal with them. Especially since I can actually move away quite a bit. The glowing eyes of a rage are definitely a good touch. Yeah, see, we can move away quite a lot. It's not really putting us in any hidden state, but perhaps it's gonna be enough to at least get one of them to not be able to attack us. Okay, so this guy's just chilling. There goes an arrow of Ilmata again, so no healing this turn. And a ranged attack. Okay, so hopefully we can get both of these guys. Whew, okay. Now here's a little problem, right? This guy is quite far. I think I'm gonna play forward here. I think I can afford to. Look, watch him just crit me. Watch him just crit me and completely destroy me. Oh. Okay, but I did heal this turn. That's great. And I could use a potion if I wanted to. Okay, we did it. There seems like there's still one in there. We are definitely going to open it. Is there anything in that hole? No. It's just a chasm. Yeah, can't wait to sleep.
Something good here, I hope.
Oh, okay, so that one. Oh. Scroll of Summon Quasit. Summon a Quasit from the lower planes. He can scare enemies. Okay. That's interesting. A Nutbuster. Nutbuster. A charming little rock. The word Nutbuster has been scraped into it with a claw. And a poo scraper. Wow. Shovel's friend finder. And friend. So that's interesting. I'm definitely keeping that shovel instead of this shovel. And I think I'm gonna keep poo scraper as well. And where did Nutbuster go? Ah, okay, right there. I like collecting things that I can throw. Throwing is a very good way of disabling traps, and just as I talk about traps, character also talking about traps.
Always room for more.
Okay, so this time we did it. It was still close with all these arrows of Ilmata and not being able to heal. It's still a difficult fight. We could have prepared a little bit better. My bad about that. Next time we're gonna do a bit better. Alright. There's a dark journal. Definitely going to read that. Oh wow. I pay no service to the gods, But by some blessing, this village believes me and my apprentice to be simple healers. My tattoos are hidden, my red robes locked away, and my lab secured. I have not heard the word thy since we arrived, and only my apprentice knows me as ill and tough. This place is not ideal for my research, but I can never return home, not the way I escaped. I'd be put to death, with worse to follow. The work here is simple and allows me to continue my research at night. The progress is slow. Reanimating seems easy, but restoring life, that prize eludes me. The tome contains the magic I need, but it fights me at every step, as does my apprentice. At least my familiar has made it easy to secure bodies without raising suspicion. Okay. This will take time. Will the soul curse find me before I can bring her back? I cannot say, but if they do come for me, they'll have to face the guardians I've raised. Alright. And we get a small amount of XP. Nothing fancy. Not sure if we're ever gonna need a pickaxe to gather ore. That would be interesting. Okay, so looks like this is some necromancer's hidden abode. Some incense. Not gonna pick that up. And I'm not sure if I want to touch that mirror, to be honest. Do I want to touch the mirror or not? I think I'm gonna leave it for now. It did not prompt any Okay, so it did not prompt any perception or insight checks or anything like that. So I'm actually not sure. Why can I not use this right now?
Alright, time to skulk about.
Ah, okay, now I can. It just needed to update.
How much farther can I go?
Okay, so we've successfully done that. I'm gonna avoid that mirror for now. That seems to be out of my league, or at least, you know, my character is not very magic savvy, so I don't want to end up in a situation where I'm just like decimated by some sort of magic. So we're definitely going to be careful here about things like that. I don't think it's bad to be careful with things that you do not understand. Maybe when we are a level higher, we can go for it or something like that. Okay, pick that up. That up. Lots of stuff here. And we survived this time, so that's great. So I think we should just stick with the theme and go for the other crypt that we have not touched yet before we actually deal with the rest. Oh.
More for me?
Okay. There's some more stuff over here. Always keep in mind that paintings are really valuable.
What's hiding here?
Alright. Oof! We got our revenge. I am quite pleased about that. Yeah, when you just get to have revenge like that, it is great. Okay. Back to our normal self. We have to pick everything in here up, don't we? I'm not gonna pick everything up. Just, you know, the stuff that is at least a little bit valuable. I find books are always worth picking up. So like, the reason I'm saying books are usually worth picking up is because they're usually at least 14 gold at 0.5 kilogram or weight, whatever it is. So that's basically 28 per weight. And now if you compare that to a hand axe, that's actually lower. That's just 16. This is actually not bad. 150. I did not know that these would be like a longbow would be 150. My goodness. But yeah, most of these weapons are worse. So books seem a pretty decent pickup most of the time. But we're not going to like go all out on trying to find all the books in here. We've already explored this quite a bit, so I'm kind of tired. Okay, we're gonna do a bit more exploring in here eventually. But for now, I think oh wait, I think we completely forgot something in the cellar. Oop. Wasn't there something we could dig up? If I'm going down here and it's not there, I'm gonna be pissed. But I'm pretty sure back there, maybe? Here? Ah, yeah, see, there's a dirt mound. We did come across that. Anything good in here? Was it worth coming back? If I can actually get a prompt. Oh my lord. Okay, there we go. Huh. I mean, that's not jaw-droppingly good, but might come in handy. Wait a second, what was that? Sometimes there's just a random sound and I'm not even sure where it came from. And I'm just like, what? That definitely sounded like something happened. But maybe it was also just me walking across these corpses. Yeah, I don't know. It happens to me every now and then. It happens every now and then that I end up hearing a sound and I'm completely thinking something got triggered or something happened, and then nothing happened, and I'm pissed because the sound just was so obvious to me. Like that sound, that clinking metal sound. I don't know if you heard that because the game volume is a little bit low, so you can hear my voice over it. But that definitely sounded like something fell into place, clicked into place, something like that. Okay. So let's make our way over to the catacombs now, before we get into the grove. Gamora is still there. Could ask her to come with us for this little exploration, and I would sometimes maybe consider doing things like that, if I could just get rid of them afterwards, right? But I can't, so. Alright, so we got a locked door. But I know that if you just knock on the door.
Thank you, Gibblebook. Everything all right out there?
See, if you don't know about this, you might just walk in there and you just come across this guy on the other side and he's gonna attack you. And that's okay. Right, that's okay. It's actually better that you do that than that you fail the deception check. Because if you fail the perception check, he's actually going to warn his friends. But with a 4 to 7, we should be okay, right? 19, great.
Oh, I told him it wasn't safe out there. Get inside and I'll rustle up some bandages.
Okay.
That's a friendly looking ship.
So I thought he'd come out and we would be able to attack him, but looks like we just go inside. And I suppose... Yeah, no, he's still going to just attack us. Even though he just told us, right, he just told us, come inside, I'll rustle up some bandages. That is weird. I thought we'd like get to talk to him now, but doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. So it seems like there's no point in doing that. Like there's no point in using the deception out there because, well, you're just gonna end up having to fight him anyway. So really. Okay, so we are going to just smack him. And then smack him again.
Out of sight, out of mind.
He has the key. Okay. So he did not alert his friends. His friends are on the other side of this door. And there's 5 or so, I think.
Let's see what this does.
We aren't going to loot anything until we've dealt with them. And you can kind of hear them on the other side. At least I thought you could. Ah yeah, you can hear them. I wonder what happens if I try to click this door as well. But I don't think I want to try. So the moment we open this, we're gonna have to start fighting. So let's think about this. We still have 1 rage charge. I would like to not have to use that. But I'm pretty sure there's like 2 ranges in there. Bane is actually not as good as our other pair of gloves, right? If we compare these, we get advantage, so we get even more advantage than we already have, and Bane might give them a penalty on the attack rolls. Problem is that it applies when we actually hit someone. And since we hit quite hard, most of the damage that we receive will probably come from enemies that we haven't hit yet. So, I think I'll go with these. We could also go with the archery and try to have like a ranged battle with them. But I think that's not what we're going to do. We do not have a potion of invisibility or something like that, but I think I had a scroll. No, that was a scroll of sea invisibility. Do we have anything useful? Sleep could be useful. This could be useful as well. Fear could be useful. Blur is actually also nice, so we might actually use this for 10 turns here. Just gives us a little bit of an edge. And it's not so amazing that I'd like to keep it for bigger fights. And since we're not going to try to use rage, I think that's actually fair. Okay, so this is going to use up an action. And I am going to end my turn so that we can sneak. There we go. And we're going to end our turn again. And then we're going to open this. Which is going to take another turn. Okay, my turn again. And so here's the problem that we're facing. This guy is not really a problem because he's just dealing bludgeoning damage. Here we've got some piercing damage in the form of this. Are they a deep gnome? I think they're a deep gnome. So that's definitely going to be some piercing damage right there. Mm-hmm. And they have sunlight sensitivity. Interesting. But yeah, as you can see, this turn-based mode is going to make it possible for me to just do stuff while this doesn't run out. We have 7 turns of blur left. So we've got more piercing damage over here. They are standing next to an oil barrel. So there is a possibility that we could deal a lot of damage by just throwing something there. And of course there's a mage. And a mage is always bad news. We have a cleave action. So if I could throw something on these guys, right, and make them burn. And then Shadow Step is a bonus action. We could get in there, or maybe just walk in there. We have not engaged in combat yet, so this is not yet active. We could go over here, maybe even sneak up on... Right, so... That's the wrong thing. I'm not sure if Shadow Step is going to keep me in a sneaking state if I step over here. I'm not sure. Let's see how far I can throw and what I have to throw. Arsonist's Oil, I would like to keep that for a boss. We do have the Alchemist's Fire, which is probably our best bet. And we can throw that all the way here. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna do. I like to stay by the door, because that way we can run away. Okay, so we dealt a lot of damage to these guys. One is actually dead. I do not have extra attack yet, it seems. Ah yes, because we are still only level 3. Oh wait, no, we should have extra attack. Ah, okay, so we can only do an extra attack if we've actually made an attack. Okay, so the only thing we have left at our disposal is we could bite or use Pommel Strike. And so I think what I'm going to do is actually retreat around this corner and see what they do instead.
On my way.
Okay, dash. Okay, that's great. Ah, perfect. Ah, he did not get burned, okay. Or is he burning? Yes, he's actually burning. He might actually die next turn from the fire. So we can just safely ignore him, and instead we're going to go for this guy. So, I mean, yes, obviously we are using very cheap tactics, but it's not my fault the AI is that bad. And this guy might die next turn, so instead of dealing with him, I think I'm gonna try something on the mage. Gaping wounds. So we're going to try to do this on this mage. And then this guy is probably just going to die from the poison. But we're still just going to go over here. Mage's turn. Okay, so at least they're being smart as well. There we go. This guy just died from burning, like we predicted. And now we can completely decimate these guys. So I can only teleport to somewhere I can see. So that's actually pretty interesting. The reason why you'd want to maybe teleport, even when you don't have to, is because it gives you an advantage. But we have quite high advantage rolls right now anyway, so... And this should... There we go. This should take care of them, and now it's just this one left. And we still have our bite. That might take care of them. So in the end, Blur, we used that for no reason. We were able to completely outsmart these guys. And that happens sometimes, but it's better to be prepared than not, right? Maybe if I had played that
Don't mind if I do.
worse, it could have gotten a lot more in their favor, right? We did play that pretty well, I would say. But I did think that me opening that door was just going to trigger all of them to come out and attack me. I thought there was a lever over here because sometimes when something is behind you, it's going to actually show you the name of it in front of you, which is really ridiculous sometimes. But yeah, 2 books. There we go. Now we can loot. Maybe it's not very honorable that I threw
I have to put my hands on everything.
that alchemist's fire, but meh, I can't be picky about these kind of things. I mean, I could, but I don't think it would serve me well to be too picky. Okay. Stuff. Okay. Let's go for the back first. So in this case there is a perception check that if you don't get it, this thing does not appear without it. And I'm wondering what happens if I don't press this, right? It does open a door, but I can open that door even without pressing it. I'm just really not sure if I have to press this for the whole quest or whatever you want to call it to work, so we're just gonna press it. So you can hear the door opening. One thing I like about this game is that wooden doors don't stop you. I don't even know if iron doors would stop you if you have the right tools. If you want to read that whole thing, there you go. I just want to pick it up. Nice. Books are good money. One time I was playing with someone and they thought this was a torture device. And I mean, honestly, yes, it does look a bit like a medieval torture device as well. But no, this is actually to lean books on so that you can write in them. So in medieval times, monks and scribes, they would not be sitting while writing, they would oftentimes actually be standing. And so this is the kind of thing where they would lean a book on and then they would paint or write in it. Little trivia in case you did not know what that was. Of course, tables were still a thing, but honestly, I think they were onto something with that kind of stuff, because sitting on a table, hunched over, writing for hours is really not good for your back. So standing in front of this instead, right? And standing upright while you're doing your work, if really writing is your work, and you're doing it for hours at a time, that might actually be good. Might actually be good for your back. So yeah, they're onto something with that. So yeah, this is the door that opened. And if we go inside, it's going to actually close behind us. I think. It should. I wonder what's written on this. Can't read that. Maybe it's not even meant to be read. You can see a little bit of a undead thing on that flag. The door's still open. Okay. It did close on me one time. But anyway, let me just show you, like, if you just want to get rid of a door, right? You just get rid of a door. And then no more door. Doesn't work on these kind of doors though, I think. Yeah, no. Because these actually lead into different areas, so it doesn't work on these kind of doors. Ten experience. I actually wonder if that's like a... Is that a mistake on their part, or is it really called the dank crypt? Right? I actually just noticed that. I always thought it was a dark crypt, but no, it's not. Alright, we are over encumbered. So, what are we gonna do? All the armor is really what weighs us down the most. So let's get rid of all that. None of these are trapped, but if you're in some sort of crypt and you want to be sure that you don't get blown up, then make sure that you don't just open traps nilly-willy. Chests nilly-willy. Anyway, this is locked. We could try to lockpick that, but I don't think there's much point in that, when we can literally just find the key, right? Alright, so a little bit of exploration in here now. So let's go ahead and try to find all the traps. So there's one. Okay, so these ones failed. And we're gonna try something now. We're gonna try something. So we're gonna throw... wait, it's right there. We're gonna throw a wedge of rotten cheese on the trap. It should be right there. Okay, that didn't do anything. I wonder if it's only like specific types of traps that can be found that way, or triggered that way. Alright, we just need a 10, and we got a 2 to 5 bonus. We're not having the right gloves on, so let's put the right gloves on. Let's take no chances. Okay, guidance back on, 3 to 6. Okay. I have triggered this once, and let me just tell you, it is quite painful. I have survived it though. But only on this vampire class. I have no idea how other classes would fare. Right, so these are just vents, so by themselves they don't really do anything. Like, I'm pretty sure I can just walk right over that. I mean, my character's not going to walk over it because... but yeah, there should be another one over there, right here. The problem with the vents is more that they are going to spill gas on you, or in the room. Where's that armor? Didn't we pick up a heavy armor as well? I guess not. Shield is pretty heavy. Alright, so these gargoyles, yeah, they're gonna shoot like flaming arrows through this room, and then these vents are going to spill gas that is flammable, and that is a whole lot of pain. But none of that actually gets triggered unless you open this without first disarming it. So, as long as you get the, let's try that again, the sarcophagus, you're fine. Traps everywhere. Arrow of ice, nice. Alright, that's already everything. We can now unlock this door. I think this episode is kind of getting a bit long, so maybe I'm just gonna cut it here and we're gonna continue in this room in the next one. Alright, peace.